The cover kings of Week 8 of college football are North Texas, James Madison, UAB Blazers. All three teams covered their point spreads by over 30 points. In the description box below this video is a link where you can download my Excel spreadsheet with my cover calculations for Week 8, which finished Saturday, October 18th, 2025. Also, there is a link to a PDF file that shows you how to calculate the cover margin. Go to the description box below this video, click the link, and it will take you to my Google Drive with the Excel spreadsheet with the cover calculations. To download the Excel spreadsheet, go to File, Download, Microsoft Excel. And when you download the Microsoft Excel spreadsheet to your computer, make sure you click Enable Editing. Underneath the link to the Excel file is a link to a PDF file which shows you how to calculate the cover margins. So this spreadsheet is for Week 8 of college football, and it's useful and valuable for looking ahead to Week 9 of college football. So Week 8 of college football finished on Saturday, October 18th, 2025. The cover information I obtained from VegasInsider.com. VegasInsider.com has a football scoreboard. You click Week 8, and then for each game under ATS OU is the cover calculation, the cover margin. In the rest of this video, we will review the cover calculations and ATS against the point spread trends for Week 8 of college football. First, let's look at the spreadsheet. So, as an overview, I have the names of the teams, their cover margins, the opponent, and I also include ATS against the point spread information, the percentage of games that the teams have covered, and the average margin by which the teams have covered. All useful information as of Week 8, but very valuable for Week 9 analysis. So when you open up the spreadsheet, they're sorted by this column here, the cover margin. So if you go to the PDF file, it will show you how to calculate these cover margins. Now these numbers, you can calculate it on your own, but these numbers are already calculated for you on the VegasInsider.com scoreboard. So here's an example. North Texas was the cover king this week, Week 8. They covered their margin by 34 points. That means they went beyond the Vegas point spread by 34 points, almost 5 touchdowns. Okay, so this is how you do the calculations. So we want to know the cover margin for North Texas. So we take the North Texas score, subtract the UTSA score, then we add the North Texas point spread. So the North Texas score was 55 points. The UTS score was 17 points. Then we add the point spread. The North Texas point spread was -4. So you plug in the -4, and that's why I put it in parentheses. You don't make any changes. Just directly take the -4 and put it into the calculation. And then when you put all these numbers together, you get a cover margin of 34 points. And by the way, the difference between the North Texas score and the UTS score, 55 minus 17, is the margin of victory, MOV, margin of victory. And so this is how the cover margin for North Texas was calculated, 34. So here we see 34. Now, if you look at the heading row, there's a little triangle, and you can sort each one of these columns. So in the case of cover kings, we want the largest, so we're going to click here, largest to smallest, boom. And if we want to go alphabetically, we can sort A to Z. So all these columns are like this. So let's go back to the cover kings. So how to interpret this North Texas played UTSA and covered the margin by 34 points, almost 5 touchdowns. So then we have James Madison covering, going above the point spread by 33 points, and they played Old Dominion. UAB Blazers covered the point spread by 30.5, and they played Memphis. So as you go down the list here, you see like Oregon covered by 28.5 points. Oklahoma covered by 14.5 points, 2 touchdowns. So did SMU. Let's see here. North Carolina covered by 14.5. So what I did was I highlighted the cover margins that were a touchdown or greater. So if it's less than a touchdown, it might be a part. It's just maybe part of there. It may be just some just variations. But once you get past a touchdown or 2 touchdowns, that's a pretty significant cover margin. Alabama covered their margin by 17.5. Also keep in mind in the cover margin, there's 2 teams that participated in it. So you have 2 scenarios. You can have North Texas outperform how they normally played or beating the Vegas point spread. And or you can have UTSA underperform. So they both contribute to the cover. So now let's look at the columns on the right, which are also useful information. So here we have North Texas, and the way to read this is ATS means against the point spread. So North Texas, 5, 2, and 0. That means they've covered the point spread 5 times. They did not cover the point spread 2 times, and they had 0 pushes. Here's an example of a team with a push. Minnesota is 2, 4, and 1, so that means they had 1 push. So the important column here is actually cover percentage. So let's sort largest to smallest. And we see that Ohio State, based on the cover percentage, they're the season cover king because they've covered the point spread 100% of the time. They had 1 push. So they played 7 games. If you bet on them, you would have lost 0. There would have been 1 push, but you would have won 6 of those bets. Then we have here, what I highlighted is all the teams that have covered by over 80% of the time. Who are these guys? Temple Owls, Hawaii, Boise State, Mississippi State, Utah State, South Florida, Alabama Crimson Tide. This is really useful information. So now the last column is ATS plus minus. What is this? It's the average number of points that the team covers the point spread. So let's sort here. South Florida, on average, they cover the point spread by 12.8. Then you have Temple, Vanderbilt, Oregon, North Texas, Marshall, Ohio State, Pittsburgh, Troy. So really useful information.